Hey guys, welcome back to Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. In this part, we're mostly just doing the Tan Line Temple, which is a somewhat kind of stealth section, mostly. Yeah. This place is a little bit annoying. I'm not gonna lie. It's basically Ocarina of Time tier stealth mechanics here, but I make a lot of fuck ups, so I end up getting caught.
When did Ocarina of Time have a stealth mechanic?
I'm talking like that one part at the beginning of the game where you have to dodge the guards. It's basically that level of stealth, but yeah. Yeah, this area is, however, I love the dialogue here, and it is also one of the best places to grind for gems, so, there's that.
Be sure to point out specifically where I do my money grinding.
Well, it's basically, there's a lot of hidden areas that have big vases that have lots of gems in them, and so you can break those vases, take the gems, and then they respawn as soon as you exit and re-enter the room, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Man. I'm getting flashbacks to Beyond Good and Evil now.
Jade gets dressed up in a space princess costume?
No, I'm talking specifically about the way the stealth plays out. And Beyond Good and Evil has stealth mechanics, and by stealth mechanics, I mean areas where there are guards that you have to avoid, who walk in a very specific pattern, or just stand in place, periodically turning to look in this direction or that direction in a specific order. It's all very simplistic and basic, and it sounds worse than it is, but it just boils down to every stealth section being a one-solution puzzle.
Well, the good thing about it here is that this is the only stealth, quote-unquote, area in the entire game. So it's there to break up the pace slightly, and it works in that sort of regard, I suppose. It's just if you're not being careful, it can be kind of an annoying area. So yeah, and of course there's fan service all over the place, which helps.
Yeah, look at that.
You mean
look at that wolf
whenever your player character becomes visible for 2 seconds?
Oh, well, really, after you get through these back areas, there isn't too much of the hiding in the darkness kind of stuff going on. Like here, this is the main room, and it's actually a lot easier to tell where everything is when you have the map to look at, now that I think of, because each door is marked with, there are basically 2 kind of areas to the stealth section, if that makes sense, and each door is marked by a color, so when it fades, it goes to a different map, and the door is orange there, and also orange on the other side, too. I'm doing a horrible job explaining this, but basically, once you get to the main room, if that makes sense, the hiding in the darkness kind of stuff ends for the most part, and then you're just trying to open the doors to get everybody else out of here as well.
There's an inner area and there's an outer area. Specifically, colored doors in the outer area go to a specific door in the inner area, and that's what you're trying to do to get the keys to unlock other doors in this place, and to that's about it.
No, there's a heart squid hidden in here somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
There's a heart squid somewhere in the actual temple, so you're gonna want to get that before you leave. And there's also a cackle bat in the main room that you can't get.
You can't miss that though.
Well, you can forget that it's there pretty easily though. How do you get those vases to the right there? Like, I've never figured out how
I think you have to go in through the left.
I can point it. Did you already get the key earlier?
I got a key.
I don't remember. One of the chests in the main area has a hidden chain link right above it. It's obscured by the ceiling. You can climb that, and you can get to the vases there.
Okay, enemies jumping around on the chain things, that's new.
Yeah, okay, so if you, is that where you grind your money then, John?
No, that's just one of the places where you can get a lot of money, but that's not where I grind.
I believe you want to go into the left door to get the heart squid, the right door.
Where the stone statue is staring at.
Oh, I only just noticed that, actually. That's actually pretty cool. Oh man, I love little sprite details like that. I never noticed that before. That's awesome. But yeah, I can't remember how many keys. That's one thing about only being able to capture one of these screens. I can't remember. They show how many keys you have on the bottom screen, so I don't remember how many I have.
You have 2.
I have 2. Okay. So you can see that Sky and Roddy Tops both got captured here. Risky's in the other room. One thing that I actually forget to do once I get to the main room, which is here, is I forget to press the button to open up the door so that I don't have to backtrack through all of the other stuff if I get caught, which, for the record, I think I do end up having to do at one point, so, yeah.
Roddy Tops.
Yes.
You seem pretty cheerful about being kidnapped and forced into a fetish outfit.
She likes it.
Space Princess Zombie.
She thinks the outfit's cute. I'm not going to blame her for that. And Sky's just taking a nap.
Well, it's not that far off from what she usually wears, is it? So. I mean, the hair's a bit weird.
Well, you don't ever see much of Sky's hair because we really only see the pokey thing in front. She's usually wearing the hood, so we don't see the rest of it.
Yeah. So how does she fit that inside?
But the bottom half is a little more like her original outfit from Shantae 1. She only started to wear pants, I think, in Pirate's Curse.
Not even Risky's Revenge?
No, but
No.
the hair. How does she fit the hair inside the hood? She's
I don't know.
It's like she looks like frickin' Styx the Badger with blonde hair or something. It's just sticking out in both directions. It's like,
No, they braided it up and kind of all nice and stiff.
or or at some point off screen did she have a Let It Go montage where she completely redid her hair in defiance of all physical laws?
She just rips off every
Physics.
piece of clothing, and underneath it is the Space Princess outfit.
I don't know.
I'm trying to come up with an answer to your question.
All I know is like one of the biggest glaring animation issues in Frozen was during the Let It Go sequence when Elsa lets down her hair. Her hair just flies through her shoulder.
I hope they don't notice. We did.
Some nerd out there will notice any problem that happens.
Especially if they're a gamer, because gamers have been trained by generation upon generation of animation fail to notice when clipping happens.
And we
All
still
right.
haven't gotten to that point where, clipping is something we can avoid. It just happens.
Well, it's part of the problem of being controlled by people, so...
Is it really, though? Because the animations are still determined by the programmer. It's
That's
like
true.
It's like one of the things that got me is that there are a lot of games with like that try to have free flowing capes with physics in them, or skirts or something, and they're constantly clipping through the characters, and I'm just like, okay, maybe occasional clipping I could forgive, but there's no way you didn't notice this during development. Why didn't you do anything about it?
Because people are weird and don't pay attention to things as long as it looks good in animation.
Well, as
It
long,
doesn't
they're-
look good in
they're-
animation if your kneecaps are constantly poking through a skirt. Okay, that does not look good in animation. I'm looking at Soul Calibur 5 right now.
Hell, Hyrule Warriors, Link's scarf goes through everything.
Risky. What?
Yeah, they just confused all three of the girls for princesses.
They look nothing alike. Okay. Now you're reaching sub Amy Rose levels of competence here.
Just wait for the punchline.
There's a payoff to this. I swear there is.
Is the payoff Pothead the Porcupine?
No.
No.
They wondering everyone else is smoking pot. When you find out how the hell they get all four of these girls confused with the real princess. And again, this is like when they bring up Sky's weight for this. It's like they're not heavy enough, though Sky seems to be working as a good ballast. And Sky just tells her to shut the fuck up.
Why did the rope only choose just then to start pulling itself down?
Because Risky told them to pull at the same time.
But that shouldn't matter. They're just hanging off a thing.
It happens. If it matters if you believe.
There's a bit of an incongruity between the sprites and the portraits that I'm just noticing, is that they have a front loincloth in sprite form, but their portraits don't.
Oh, you're right about that. There you go. And now they have a statue of their in their likeness. Clearly, one and the same.
What?
Basically, he's calling all the girls fat.
Well, he had different descriptions for each of the girl.
Did you see, like, Roddy Tops's ellipses portrait was just her smiling. Like, eh?
And there's the real princess.
Who went out for a sandwich.
Yeah, I just noticed what she was holding is a brown paper bag with a French loaf in it.
Okay.
No, my favorite part of this this joke here is actually when you talk to the NPCs in Tan Line after all this is said and done.
This is the fun part where I get an item. Okay.
One of the NPCs, when you talk to them after said events, and he's like, you know what, on second thought, you look nothing like the princess.
Oh, man.
But besides the Heart Squid and the Cacklebat, there really is nothing left in Tan Line to them besides gems. And again, it is so easy to rack them up here. Like I for both playthroughs, I didn't leave until my counter was maxed out at 999.
How long does that take?
Not too long.
Yeah, it took about 5-10 minutes.
So now that you're not stealthing, can you go and kill those assholes in the stealth sections?
No,
Oh.
they don't do anything when they see you, but you can't hurt them at all.
Oh, okay.
And yet you can whip the dog.
Okay, of course I come back into the call as soon as someone mentions whipping the fucking dog. Ugh. Oh yeah, thanks for waiting for me, guys. Yeah, jeez. Ugh. I have no idea.
We're professional.
I have no idea what happened there. So, what hijinks did I miss? Oh, I missed. Ah, fuck! I missed them. I missed them figuring out that the princess was. Damn it.
Titanic. Corpulent.
Rotund.
Da, 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 da.
We can replay the event if you want to.
I'm good. Also, I have no idea what's hidden under here.
It was gems.
Yeah, it's just gems. These squid enemies, these flying squids, fuck me up because I think out of every enemy in this game, they have the most violent reaction to you hitting them.
Oh, they like that. Not only do they explode, they fall back and like.
Yeah, they go fucking sideways like you wouldn't believe at such rapid speeds.
They only have one hit point though, so that if you hit like tap them with the pistol and then they go flying, you think that they're kind of being a little bit melodramatic.
Yeah.
Also, I believe it's in this room. I'm gonna forget about it. I forget about this one.
It's in this room. It's right here.
Yeah, I forget this Cacklebat every single time I play the game. You can tell that you can go down there because there's no
skulls of death.
There's no death skulls, and my Super Mario Brothers 2 senses should have been tingling there to begin with. But yeah, I forget that. I go back for it later when we come back to Tan Line for backtracky purposes. So.
That backflip recovery move is actually showing itself to be pretty useful here.
Yeah, I really should have. That should have been the first thing I bought, to be perfectly honest. You can afford it at the very beginning of the game if you, without grinding ever really, if you just give Sky back her library card. So I'd recommend getting that even before you get any hair upgrades. To be perfectly honest, it's one of the most important things to get in the entire game.
Oh god, it's Sandopolis sinking sand.
Yeah.
The sand sort of threw me off a bit because when I see the skull and crossbones hovering over something, I think immediately I'm going to sink right through it.
Yeah, instant death.
Yeah, and it wasn't until I messed up with the pirate's hat that I found, oh wait, I could just jump out of it.
I think it might just be my Super Mario Brothers 2 senses, because you would die if you stood in that sand eventually, but you still could get out of it if you had the reflexes too. So.
Yeah.